5 races to go in the Fall 21 edition of Monday Night Madness, and the field is getting more stacked, and the racing still remains intense. Last week at the Cedar Lake Speedway in the Renegades, Lane Snook made his return statement to the Coast2Coast Racing League with a win over Blake Chapman, the latter who continues to extend his points lead. However, though, Chapman still hasn't won yet in the A Division. Renegades is tonight the night. In the Rebels, there have been 3 names to keep your eye on: Nicholas Fickrey, Lance Ripka, and Kevin Fry. The latter, though, has been making the headlines after back-to-back victories at Kokomo and Cedar Lake. Can he close in on Ripka and Fickrey? But first, we begin with the Raiders tonight, where a new name was made last week, Ty Schobelach, but he's got a big challenge ahead of him. More on that to the moment. Welcome to Week 8 of the Coast2Coast Racing League. It's another edition of Monday Night Madness, brought to you by the good friends at Malcolm's Mills Millwrighting. It's a beautiful evening here at the Lanier Raceplex, back on the dirt, and it's going to be a fun one tonight. Welcome to the SBGC 3D Printing Pre-Race Show at the virtual Lanier Raceplex for tonight's live coverage of the Coast2Coast Racing League Outlaws. Tonight's race is just one of 17 Coast2Coast Racing League divisions that compete during the week, and we're happy you've joined us for tonight's program. SBGC has been involved in 3D printing since 2016. They are committed to making this cutting-edge technology accessible for anyone who has an idea that needs to be manufactured. Using a 3D CAD program, they'll work with you to create your invention or creative project. As we say for the first time this week, hello friends, Marty Sakala with you. Glad you could join us for another edition of Monday Night Madness. So let's begin by talking about the Raiders. We know how the points game has been going so far in the C Division. It's really been Austin Stern this entire season long. As we look at Stern's stats, though, this season, though, he has not won yet since week number 2 of the season, which took place at the dirt track of Charlotte Motor Speedway. But he's had another challenge on him as well, who won at week 6 at Kokomo. That is Sean Bowers. The points gap is just about 33 between the top two. Right now, still it's Stern's race to lose with 5 races left to go in the season. Both drivers have yet to use their 2 drops. We likely expect them to use it later on in the season. However, though, we expect, like I said, we expect it a lot later on. But however, though, we begin by talking about last week's winner, Ty Schobelach. Schobelach, my goodness, he could be a name that is made famous this season in Coast2Coast Racing League action. He made it in all 3 divisions, Rebels and the Renegades, in addition to the Raiders. However, though, he faces a big challenge in the Raiders event tonight. Schobelach tonight has to start from the rear. The reason why? Well, if you missed this last week, we talked about it easily on the broadcast when he jumped the restart on the driver that was ahead of him. That driver, if I recall correctly, was Kevin Fry. But it was a restart where we knew Schobelach passed before the start-finish line. As a result, it was a 5-place grid penalty, which led him into a 6th-place finish. Still was enough to transfer into the top 10. And also, in the Renegades event, we saw the contact with John Hine, and because of that, Mr. Schobelach faces a challenge. We'll start from the rear of tonight's feature. And no worries about qualifying of that, indeed, because right now, at the moment, unless we have a crazy entry list before we hit 10 after the hour, we currently have a car count of 19 drivers that will be racing tonight in the Raiders. It should be a lot of fun. Let's take this opportunity to look at our point standings, which are brought to you by the good friends at iRacing League Manager. If you run or manage an iRacing League, let iRacing League Manager make it easier for you. Go to iRacingLeagueManager.com for more information. So we talked about the top 2 earlier on. Austin Stern leading by 33 on Sean Bowers, 465 to 432. Third in points is Jack Hitt. He's got 370. Those are the only 3 drivers that have, the only 3 drivers that have raced in every event this season. Fourth in points is Daniel Blau. He's got 368. Fifth, Brian Dickens with 363. So a great battle going on for third in the points. 6th, Gabe Blau with 299. 7th is Jeff Flaro, tied with Chris Schaefer with 277. Dave Lester is 9th with 256. And John Rayner is 10th with 255. I think you got to keep in mind as well the incident level that the drivers have. You have to be under 250 at the end of the year if you want to claim the champion of Coast to Coast Racing League Raiders for the fall. Right now, Austin Stern is at a 221. Sean Bowers, 198. Jack Hitt, though, is at a 263. Daniel Blau, 202. Brian Dickens at a 299, but we're really focused on the top two. They look good for right now and likely will be competing to the championship end. Let's break down Lanier race plaques for you before we go racing. 0.375 miles. Pit road speed is 30 miles an hour. Seating 6,800, first opened in 1982. Here's how it looks. 11 degrees in the turns, 5 degrees on the straightaways. However, though, with the dirt, it goes down to 8 degrees on the turns and 3 degrees on the straightaways. So it will be interesting to see what happens, as we've seen a lot in practice today. You've seen the rubber develop on the low groove where it starts to slicken up, and then the high side is where it can get very interesting there. Could have some multiple grooves tonight. We'll have to see about that. For those that are new to the Coast to Coast Racing League, here's how Monday Night Madness works. We have the practice session that goes until 10 past the hour. We'll then have a 3-minute qualifying, a solo car qualifying, 3 minutes, and that will determine our quick time. We'll then have 3 to 5 heats for tonight. We'll likely have 3 heats. They'll be each 8 laps, and then we'll invert the top 4 before we go green flag racing. The top 4 will transfer to the feature from each race. If you don't make the top 4, it is the B main. 10 laps, and everyone transfers tonight, but usually it's the top 4 to 12. We'll then have a 5-minute warm-up, and then we'll have our feature. 20 laps tonight for the Raiders, 25 for the Rebels, and 30 for the Renegades. No black flags will be cleared, no waiver rounds. Everyone will have 1 quick repair. Caution laps do not count unless we are on lap 1, and if necessary, 2 attempts at a green, white, checkered. And for those that are interested in joining the Cool Ray Coast to Coast Racing League, if you're looking for other racers that enjoy racing without all the drama and name calling of normal iRacing, come out and join the Cool Ray Coast to Coast Racing League. We have 16 divisions that race 7 days a week and broadcast 9 of them. Members know that they are a part of something bigger than just the on-track experience. Go to www.c2cro.com and click on Apply to join in the action. The cars are virtual. The racing is real. Set to go for qualifying, and qualifying is brought to you by our friends at the Pitside Podcast. Join Preston Cranmer and Roger Craig on the Pitside Podcast each week as they discuss the latest news and developments inside and outside of iRacing, only on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. So we should just be wrapped up with our practice session for right now per our live timing. It says it's still going. Why don't we give you our times at the moment in practice? Austin Stern currently the quickest with an 11.45. Now it says we are finished up and we are ready to go. So again, qualifying 3 minutes long, and we'll focus on a specific driver on the track, maybe the first one that goes out. A couple of drivers going out early here. We'll start things off here with a driver making his first start in the Coast to Coast Racing League. That is Alec Uber in car number 19. We've got a couple of drivers we can watch for you here tonight at home. Of course, you see here with Lanier National Speedway, no surprise if drivers will use the low groove on top, and then as the track starts to slicken up, they will go higher and higher. Alec Uber starts the times out with a 12.72. Chris Schaefer, though, goes 11.712. There's Schaefer in the number 23. Brian Dickens, Jack Hitt, improve on that time. 11.586 is the time to beat. As we watch Brian Dickens off of turn 4 in the Icon machine. Can he improve? Oh, he goes 3,000 short. 11.589. Bob Everson says, give me the quick time. 11.434. In the 008, Bob Everson. Goes faster on, nope, slower on lap 2, excuse me. Let's go to Chris Forsyth in the 2:25. Currently 6th quickest in 11:71. Jeff Flaro, though, improves on lap 1, 11.557, just about a tenth off. Austin Stern in the purple here on his first sector. We'll watch him off of turn 4. This is his second lap. Quick time for Austin Stern at an 11,400. Daniel Blau off of turn 4. He's in the greens, and it's 7th quick for the 17 and an 11.597. Let's go to the 999 of Austin Marlett. Marlett working on his first lap in that gold chromed 999 machine. That's going to look sick on the track tonight. Marlett's first lap is an 11:92. Sean Bowers, though, is in the purple and in the green in addition to that. And he goes 4th quick in 11.44. We're going to watch his lap closely here. Sector 1 in the yellow. How does his second half of this lap go? It's in the purple. Does he improve? No, he does not. 11.46, so he stays 4th quick. And ladies and gentlemen, with a quick time of 11.400 in the number 200, excuse me, that is the number 075, your points leader, Austin Stern. Second quick, the 200 of Jeff Flaro. Pardon me there, with an 11.425. And then third, Bob Evertson with an 11.434. Sean Bowers, 4th, 11.437, and Doug Lester 5th with an 11.578. Here we go as qualifying is wrapped up. Heat race number 1 about to begin. This is for the pole in the Rebels tonight. Excuse me, for the Raiders tonight. And heat race number 1, as always, is brought to you by the Lucas Oil Empire Super Sprints, celebrating over 37 years of exciting 360 sprint car action in the northeastern United States and Canada. Stars like Paulie Colagiovanni, Jason Barney, Chuck Habey, Matt Tanner, Billy Van Imogen, and many more come to a dirt track near you. For more info, log on to EmpireSupersprints.com or visit our Facebook and Twitter pages. Lucas Oil Empire Super Sprints, with a tradition of excitement guaranteed, live on. We would like to give a big hello to Dean Reynolds, who is watching in North Carolina tonight. Actually watching from a restaurant in North Carolina. We got to be specific there. Dean was actually just in Virginia yesterday, losing his mind, drinking a Coors Light for the NASCAR Cup race. How do you side on that? If you're watching, how do you side on that? Speaking of which, talk to you all in chat in just a moment. In my opinion, I say it's both their faults. Bowman overdrove, and then Hamlin did the wrong thing post-race. Crashing into his car pretty much and ruining his celebration. But I have Hamlin winning the championship, though, on Sunday. Here's your starting lineup for heat race number 1, though. Austin Marlett, Brian Dickens in row 1. Sean Bowers and Austin Stern in row 2. Row 3, John Rayner and Gary Taylor. Ty Schoblock starting from the rear of his heat in the 7th position. Let us know, by the way, where you are watching from and who you are rooting for tonight in the Raiders C Division. It's going to be a fun one. Here we go for the first heat race of the night. Green lights are on. And immediately Austin Marlett gets off the gate with a good start. Brian Dickens and Sean Bowers side by side for P2 off of turn 4. Low line is where you're going to be. Bowers edges out Dickens for second, but for the lead, Bowers takes the top spot. Marlett got very tight in turns 1 and 2, tried to ride the wall, but it did not work out well. He's all the way back into the 4th position. Meanwhile, Ty Schoblock is in 3rd, and Austin Stern is cooking in 2nd. Dickens holding the final transfer spot in 4th position, got by Austin Marlett there, and we watch the battle for the race lead develop. Sean Bowers and Austin Stern, a car length separates them in 3 and 4. Again, the drivers of the top 2 in the standings are currently 1st and 2nd. Reversed from their points, 2nd and 1st respectively. Bowers just hit the fastest lap of the race, 11:47 to an 11:51 from Stern. 3 laps to go. The winner starts on the pole. The loser starts from the 4th position tonight. 2 laps to go. Does Sean Bowers have anything? Let's take a look behind them. It's Brian Dickens and Austin Marlett for 4th position. That's a fun one off of turn 2. Marlett got tight off the corner there for a moment as a cushion develops. White flag flies, 1 lap to go in the first heat race of the night. It's Sean Bowers in the number 03. That will start from pole in the Raiders feature tonight. He takes the checkered flag, and off turn 4, Marlett tried a last-second gamble but does not work. Brian Dickens takes the final spot directly into the feature. First heat race of the night is complete. Second heat race is brought to you by the Super Dirt Car Series, the Northeast Premier Series, showcasing the big block modified premier drivers from Florida to Canada. The Super Dirt Car Series visits some of the most exciting dirt tracks in front of the biggest crowds, like the dirt track of Charlotte Motor Speedway. In the words of Shane Andrews, they're the ground-pounding, earth-shattering, window-rattling beasts of the Northeast. It's the Super Dirt Car Series. Here's your starting lineup for heat race number 2. It's Charlie Bragg and Daniel Blau on the front row. Doug Lester and Jeff Flaro, that is row number 2. Joe Canellis and Bruno Latour in row number 3. Latour in his first start in a Coast2Coast Racing League Raider. Nathan Aldrich says, make a point, have a 3-car race for the championship. I agree with that for sure. Nathan, by the way, fun fact, you do know you can click on watch instead of drive, correct? That way we didn't have to see you on the starting lineup. I'm just kidding. I'm just messing with Nathan. Sometimes I think that Nathan's racing this. He's a renegade driver. We should know that for sure. Anyway, Charlie Bragg, Daniel Blau, the front row. Winner of this race starts from the 2nd position tonight in the feature. 8 laps. Here we go. Bragg gets a good start on the yelling machine. There's some contact, wheel-to-wheel contact to be specific, and Daniel Blau powers on the outside to take the lead. Jeff Flaro looking for 3rd position. 3 wide off of turn 4. More contact. Flaro up the track. Remember, that's your 2nd fastest in qualifying today. Flaro now up to 3rd, trying to get 2nd from Doug Lester. Track starting to slicken up just a little bit up on the outside. Bragg currently with the final transfer spot in the Yeti 054 machine. Meanwhile, Blau opens up a lead on Doug Lester, but Lester just hit the quickest lap of the race at an 11:81. All the drivers using the middle groove of the track. Here we go for 4th position. Here comes Latour in the 737 underneath on Charlie Bragg for 4th position. Can he get the spot away? The answer is not yet. Off of turn 2, though, he can clear him. Bragg got loose on the exit of 1 and 2, and I think there's the clear for Latour. He's got it. 2 laps to go in heat race number 2. And here comes Joe Canellis into this. He's up to 5th. That's for the final transfer spot. Meanwhile, final lap is underway for Daniel Blau. Doug Lester trying to close in. He just hit the quickest lap of the race. 11:79. Doug Lester tries to set it in. Up on the outside. Daniel Blau ran out of fuel. Oh, man. Blau comes across the line unofficially 3rd. Oh, you hate to see that from Daniel Blau. Man, oh man. That's something we've seen before, and it just sucks when you run out of fuel at the final lap. Alrighty, we gotta get to heat race number 3. That's brought to you by the World of Sports podcast. Come relax, laugh, and have a good time with Mike and Rod as they take a dive into the crazy, exciting, wonderful world of sports. Enjoy guests, current events, and the hottest topics in today's sports. If you love sports just as much as us, join us and let's enjoy the world of sports. Find us wherever you listen to your favorite podcast. Give the lineup here for heat race number 3. First off, Chris Schaefer, Chris Forsyth, the Chris and Chris Show in row 1. Gentleman Jack Hitt and Bob Evertson in row 2. Steven Bixler, Alec Uber in row number 3. And Nicholas Schell not in this heat. That's a heartbreak from Daniel Blau, like we mentioned just a few moments ago. Came out of there just short of fuel, and the outside pass worked for Doug Lester. Lester is the one that will start from position number 2 tonight in the feature. He's going to have a fast car, though, that's for sure. Both of them will be very fast. Latour, by the way, got the final transfer spot in heat race number 2. Who's going to get the final one in heat race number 3? We're about to find out. Green lights, come on. Nice start there from Chris Schaefer. Clears Forsyth. Everyone using the outside of turns 1 and 2. Schaefer with a little bit of lag for a moment. Keeps the lead. Here comes Jack Hitt on the exit of turn number 4. Good battling for the race lead early on. Schaefer leads. Hitt second. Everson for third. And then Forsyth back and forth. Oh, major contact. 4-car battle for the race lead. I think they're making... Oh, there they go. That's Schaefer. And that's a major netcode situation up on his side. Jack Hitt doesn't care about that. His car remains straight. Bob Everson running in second position. Chris Forsyth third. Steven Bixler now moves up to the final transfer spot in fourth position. Here we go for the race lead. Bob Everson takes a peek underneath. Does not work. Keeps trying once again. Cross flags are up halfway through in this heat. Everson pulls up inside on Gentleman Jack. Can he clear him off of turn 4? Oh, yes, he can barely. Almost clipped the front wing there for just a moment. And Everson goes to the point. Hitt scrapes the wall there in turns number 3 and 4. Let's see if Hitt had some fight in him, though. Everson was the fastest of all the drivers in this heat in qualifying. Just had the only lap of this heat in the 11-second range, 11.93. White flag is out, 1 lap to go. The battle for second is on between Jack Hitt and Chris Forsyth. Hitt trying to hold on to second. Forsyth sends it in one final time, not going to work. Bob Everson, checkers are out for him. He takes the third heat. Hitt, Forsyth, Bixler, your transfers. So that does it for heat action for the Raiders. It's time for the B-Main. The B-Main brought to you by Chip Bangers Racing, an official iRacing team of the Coast2Coast Racing League. Everyone transfers in. We already know the first 12 spots. We just need to figure out the final 7 for a 19-car field tonight. And yes, I know I got to switch that up. So that says Lanier. Austin Marla and Joe Canellis. That's in row 1. Row 2, Alec Uber and John Rayner. Row 3, Charlie Bragg and Chris Schaefer. And starting from 7th is Gary Taylor by himself. That is in row number 4. Field rolls off. B-Main 10 laps. This will determine our final 7 official spots. Going to be a fun session here. Got to be able to jump in if funky stuff happens with the Consi. I get it, man. I get it. Learned that the hard way last season. No worries, I get it. Later on tonight, got a big announcement to talk about on the broadcast for those that have not been on the Coast2Coast Racing League page, or if you're a driver on the C2 CRO Lounge or driver communications. We'll talk about that in just a little bit later on in the broadcast tonight. Austin Marlett, Joe Canellis, the front row. Green flag, out for 10 laps. A lot of drivers immediately working their way up to the outside. Look at Joe Canellis going the way all the way up to the chocolate chips. Challenging for second on Alec Cooper. He takes it. Canellis riding a line that can be tough to pass here tonight, but now switches down to a lower groove than Marlett. Marlett trying out the top shelf where Mama hides the cookies. Good battle for third on here. between the 19, the 054, and the 23. 3 wide in the turn number 3. This could get dicey. And yes, it does. Schaefer around again into the inside wall. Keeps the car straight, but that is the last starting position for him tonight. Meanwhile, for the lead, Joe Canellis on the outside of Austin Marlett, trying for the top spot. Can he get it in turn 3 and 4? All the way on top of the cushion, and he powers his way by. Joe Canellis to the lead. Halfway home, 5 down, 5 to go, but Marlett is not out of it yet. He had a bad exit there in turn number 2. Seems like another bad exit there once again. Charlie Bragg trying to choke, close on in on Austin Marlett, but that battle for the lead continues to take place. Got Bragg up there in 3rd. Alec Goober's in 4th. Here's a good battle happening for 5th position between Canadians Gary Taylor and John Rayner. Oh, they bump! And that costs Rayner. Around he goes. Oh, man, Schaefer was committed on the outside groove, and he's up and over. Tows the car immediately, but here we go for the white flag. Final lap in the B main. Canellis in 3 and 4 will start from 13th tonight. Takes the checkered flag in the B main. Marlett fights his way home to get 2nd. So that concludes our prelim action for the Raiders. And we will step aside here and take our first break of the evening for a couple of minutes. And when we come back, it is the first feature of the night here at the Lanier Raceplex. Stay with us. We are back here at Lanier Raceplex, finishing up warm-ups. Austin Stern the quickest at a 12.47. Come out and join us on the Coast to Coast Racing Network on YouTube and hit that subscribe button to catch all the league action. Joe White from OSRN out has the Welcome Home Wednesdays at the Eldora Speedway, and then he returns for Thursday Night Thunder with the Dirt Modifieds and Pro Late Models at 9 p.m. So, we are ready to go for our first feature of the night. Here is the starting lineup. On the front row, Sean Bowers and Doug Lester. That's going to be a fun front row to watch out for tonight. Bob Evertson, Austin Stern in row number 2. Watch first and fourth closely as they are in the championship hunt. Row number 3, Jeff Flaro and Jack Hitt. Row 4, Ty Schoblock and Daniel Blau. Row 5, Chris Forsyth and Brian Dickens. Row 6, that is Bruno Latour and Steven Bixler. As we take a look through the rest of the field, we have Joe Canellis, Austin Marlett, Charlie Bragg, Alec Uber, Gary Taylor, John Rayner, and Chris Schaefer. Ready to go for the first feature of the night. Lights are out. 1 lap to go until we go green. Who's it going to be and how's it going to be done? We are about to find out. The pace car about to make the left-hand turn into pit road for our first feature of the night. 20 laps, Bowers and Lester the front row. It's time for the Dylan Westbrook Racing. Let 'em roar! Big wreck behind them with Daniel Blau. No caution, they keep it straight. We stay green somehow. That was an incredible start. That was crazy. Sean Bowers with the early lead, but here comes Austin Stern in that 0.75. Doug Lester all the way back in third in the battle for fourth between Jack Hitt and Jeff Flaro. Let's continue to go up to the front as Stern closing in on that number 03. Just 2 car lengths off from the top 2. Jockeying for position happening all over, and there's our first yellow, and it's for Daniel Blau in the number 17. Fourth in points coming on in. Remember, he had an IL of 2:02. And for the first time tonight, let's take a look at the Malcolm's replay here, so stand by. Here's what our replay looks like, brought to you by Malcolm's Mills Mill Writing. Right in the bottom line all by himself, and in contact with Latour, just sends him around, and thankfully nobody else hit him. That replay brought to you by Malcolm's, based in Oakland, Ontario, Canada. Malcolm's Mills Mill Writing is a full-service mill writing contractor featuring custom welding, fabricating, and servicing industrial clients. Check them out online at mmmillwriting.com or on Facebook. So Austin Stern currently with the faster lap in second position. As we get set to go back to the green flag, single file restart with Bowers leading, Stern second. Doug Lester third, Jeff Flaro fourth, and Jack Hitt fifth. Here they come into the Icon Sim Sports restart zones. We go back to green. I've been using that top side of the track as this track is pretty much slicked up. Stern closes it to half a car length and turns 3 and 4, but he's up in the wall and loses a lot of traction. A lot of time lost there for Austin Stern, and that allows Doug Lester and Jeff Flaro to close in. They are in third and fourth. Again, everyone using that top side of the track. The first driver going on the bottom. That is Jack Hitt in fifth position in the number 217. got Chris Forsyth behind them in the battle for the 5th position. And Forsyth's got to run up on the outside. And can't make the pass just yet on the number 217. He clips the wall with his right rear. A lot of time lost for Chris Forsyth. Here comes Bob Everson. Again, that's the battle for 6th spot on the track. A lot of drivers hitting the wall all over the place. From what you are hearing on track, again, this is a very high side climatic track. And here goes Austin Stern. Sends it in with a mega slide job for the lead. Somehow he doesn't hit the wall, and it's Bowers' race lead now again. Tries to dime in the corner here. Stern, he sends it in once again as we're halfway home in the feature. Doesn't get it to work again. He's got the fastest lap, by the way. No, excuse me, it's now Bowers with a 12:68. Change for third. The battle's on there between Flaro and Lester. Lester going to where the cold mud is on the bottom side of that track. 8 laps to go here in our first feature tonight. It's Bowers, Stern, Flaro, then Lester. Lester can't seem to get the exit yet. In lap traffic, though, battle continues. That is the 23 of Schaefer. Goes to the high side, big slide job there. Stern can't get out of the way just yet. Schaefer is loose off of 4. That's heavy lap traffic, and Stern pulled up to Bowers. This is going to be a fun race to the end between the top 2. Stern's to the wall again. He may need a yellow here if he wants to stay alive with a chance to win it. He's in the wall again. He's off the pace. There's Flaro in 3rd. Lester is in 4th. Jack Hitt challenging in that battle. Four laps to go in our first feature of the night for Sean Bowers as he makes his way by lap traffic. 2 cars separate him from 1st to 2nd. It is an 0.8 of a second lead on Austin Stern. The one thing he doesn't want to see right now is that yellow flag flying. There's Stern in 2nd, then Flaro is 3rd. Here's the battle for 4th between Lester and Hitt. Hitt trying that inside of the track. Who can survive in lap traffic first? Oh, Schaefer keeps it straight. I thought we were going to get a yellow flag for a moment. White flag, though, is up in the air. 1 lap to go for Sean Bowers in the number 03. He's got to win that Kokomo this season. This time, it'll be his 2nd win of the year off turn 4. Sean Bowers takes it at Lanier Speedway. His 8th win in the Coast2Coast Racing League. Austin Stern 2nd and Jeff Flaro 3rd. Only 1 yellow in the race. Very rare that you see 1 yellow in the Raiders division. Let's give it up tonight for our A&J Custom Creations Hard Charger Award. That goes to Chris Forsyth in the number 225. So our top 3 come to victory lane for a celebratorial photo. It is Austin Stern in 2nd and Jeff Flaro in 3rd. There you see the unofficial results on your screen. It was a tough track to pass on tonight, that's for sure. Like, Austin Stern tried the bottom and didn't really work. We did see, though, Jack Hitt challenging Doug Lester. He had the spot for a moment. As we still wait. And we've got our top 3. So we've got our 3rd place finisher here in. That is Jeff Flaro. Jeff, that was definitely a tough track to pass on tonight. That high side was like the only place to go.
Yeah. Towards the end, I was getting down low, but I was trying to keep my nose clean because I need to have a better safety rating with this league.
I understand, man, but hey, can't be disappointed with a third place finish though. That's for sure.
Yeah, I had nothing for the guys ahead of me, Sean and Austin. They just drove away, but I was just trying to keep my best pace.
Were you hoping for a yellow there in those final few laps, or not really? Because I mean, there was a good battle as well between you and Doug Lester too.
Yeah, I was thinking yellow, hoping, but it's nice to run without a whole bunch of yellows. It makes the racing more exciting.
Definitely fun. A yellow that you don't really see, only a one caution race, something you don't really see that often in the Raiders division. Who do you want to give shout outs to tonight, Jeff?
Well, thanks to my wife for letting me do this, and Glenn and Kurt Stiers for all they do in racing in Canada with sprint cars and modifieds.
All right, awesome, Jeff. We'll let you go. Great run tonight, man.
Thank you, sir.
Jeff Flaro finishing third tonight in the Raiders division. Let's go to our second place finisher. We've got a bunch to talk about with this guy. Austin Stern finishing second to his championship rival. Austin, that was a fun race, but how tough was it with there being a single groove? I mean, I know you tried the slide job, but weren't really able to get it nailed.
Yeah, that's what happens with these uh not a lot of lap races. I mean, it's only 20 laps. Sean and I were just talking about how the bottom groove never came in or the top never went away enough. It would have been nice to have a little two-lane race there, but I just kept getting loose. I kept hitting the wall and I kept screwing myself over, and I was definitely fast enough, but it's just a little bit of a driver error.
Seemed like the only way you were going to try and pass Sean Bowers in those final few laps was number one, if we had a late race yellow, and number two, if you were able to get a slide job there if we had that final restart. But at the same time, is it fun though, only having a one caution race where you and Bowers are just able to race each other and then at the same time deal with that lap traffic?
Oh yeah, it's dealing with lap traffic is where the a lot of the fun comes in. That's when you really gotta start thinking about it. You're not just focused on one person or just not focused on a leader. You're focused on two, three, four, sometimes five cars, and that's when a lot of the driver talent comes in, and not just anyone can be fast, but it's all about how you handle the car and how you drive and how you race it. They're the ones that win, and Sean was a better one tonight.
Alrighty, will we be seeing you in the Rebels event tonight or no?
No, unfortunately not.
Alright, who do you want to give shout outs to tonight?
ABR Setup Shop, Redline Race Designs, the One Wish Foundation, Wraps and Stitches, Finish Line Repairs, and CD Cinematography.
Alright, sounds good. Austin, we'll let you go. Congrats on a good run tonight.
Yep, have a good one, bro.
Austin Stern taking second place. And now it is time to go to Cool Ray Victory Lane, where we're going to talk with Sean Bowers getting his second win of the season. Sean, that was a fun race. I'm curious, though, how much you were looking at that rearview mirror when looking at Austin Stern from that restart on.
Uh, Not really. Just trying to hit my marks because that cushion up top was going away pretty quick. So I was just trying to be consistent and hit my marks and not hit the wall or make any mistakes.
It seemed like a tough track to pass on. The only groove that was possible tonight was that high side.
Yeah, that's for sure. I'm kind of surprised the bottom didn't come in, or maybe the race just it wasn't quite long enough. But yeah, I mean, even in one and two, there was kind of a little strip there on the higher side, not all the way to the wall, but I kind of tried to pass a lap car in there. I think I got him, but yeah, definitely the high side was definitely the dominant line.
Absolutely. What are you thinking as well when Austin puts a slide job on you, not once but twice?
uh, Time to buckle in because right in front of Austin was some lap cars, so it was time to kind of buckle down, get going, and you can't question yourself. You just gotta decide and go.
How fun is it as well having a one caution race and having no late race yellow, and at the same time you get a chance to deal with some lap traffic too?
Yeah, dude, that was awesome. I was telling Austin, it was fun to actually get a race where we get some lap traffic, and I mean these races are pretty short here in the Raiders, so 20 laps isn't a really long distance, but to get 10 laps of lap traffic, that was a really 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 fun race.
Absolutely. We'll be seeing you in the Rebels tonight or no?
I'm not sure. Maybe, maybe not. It's
Oh.
possible.
Alrighty, we'll see what happens. You got a lot of time though before that happens. Who do you want to give shout-outs to tonight?
As always, boys over at the Fur Motorsports, Apex Auto Glass and Tinting, ABR Setup Shop, Butt Kicker, Mazin's Transport, 2-1 Designs, and of course the Eye in the Sky, Mr. Kevin Fry.
Alrighty, sounds good. And we'll see Kevin Fry in our next race tonight. Sean, congrats on the win. Sean Bowers takes the win tonight. Sean Bowers in Cool Ray victory lane. Let's get the read here. Cool Ray's goal is to make sure that Ray's tradition of 100% customer satisfaction lives on today. Cool Ray is proud of their reputation of providing excellent service to homeowners and businesses in Georgia. Their mission is to continue to build long-lasting relationships with their customers through their winning spirit and commitment to 100% satisfaction guaranteed. And speaking of Cool Ray, you might have noticed their logo on the Jumbotron of Truett Field at the Atlanta Braves games, especially in the World Series. And go Braves, by the way. I was rooting for them last night, hoping the series was going to end, especially when they had the grand slam in the first inning. But the Astros came back and sent it to Game 6 in Houston. So it's going to be a fun postseason coming up, that's for sure. So here are our official results from tonight. Sean Bowers with the win. Austin Stern in second. Not a big point close, but it may depend on how significant it is on the wall hits Austin Stern had. Usually those are 0x situations, but I don't think there was any contact. Stern does get a additional bonus point compared to Bowers on what happens in qualifying. Remember, the gap was 33 coming in, but we know Austin Stern will remain the points leader. Jeff Flaro third, Doug Lester fourth, Jack Hitt fifth, Chris Forsyth sixth, Bob Evertson seventh, Daniel Blau eighth, Stephen Bixler ninth, and Brian Dickens rounds out the top 10. So those are the official results from tonight. Ty Schobelach, this is interesting. We had him across the line as our 8th place finisher, but he gets defaulted back to 12th. Something happened once again to him. I don't know if there was another restart situation. We'll have to take a look. Stay tuned next week when we confirm to you what happened there. All right, we're going to take a break here. Coming up next, we will preview what's coming up with not just the Rebels, but also preview our charity event coming up in the Coast to Coast Racing League. Stay with us here on the Coast to Coast Racing Network.
Cool Ray has always been a leader in our industry.
The lifetime parts and labor warranty is pretty awesome. Basically, all the parts are covered, the labor and everything.
When we say lifetime, we mean lifetime, and it's supported with money-back guarantees. And with that, you're getting all qualified technicians that are going to ensure that this job is done perfectly and operates perfectly throughout the life of the unit.
Learn more about our Cool Ray lifetime parts and labor warranty at coolray.com. Cool Ray and Carrier. Turn to the experts.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you back to the Cool Coast to Coast Racing League. We are preparing here for our B Division Rebels. They will be coming up in just a moment. However, though, we have got a lot of time. It's about 15 minutes before qualifying begins. So we were going to talk about this between our B and A divisions. However, though, because we've got a lot of time, because that C division event went quickly, we're going to talk about it here. So our charity event officially for this fall's Coast to Coast Racing League 2021 season is going to be the Knoxville Nationals. That will be in honor of disabled veterans of the military in the U.S. and Honor House in Canada. It's going to be an amazing charity. Disabled American veterans, I should say, and Honor House. Both of them incredible charities as always. And that will be taking place during week number 10 of the season. So what does that mean, by the way, for those wondering? That week 10 will not count towards points in the Monday Night Madness Coast to Coast Racing League. We will have week 11, week 12, and then week number 13 for our charity event. And let's talk about the Coast to Coast Racing League Knoxville Nationals presented by Cool Ray. And we will get their graphic popped up here for you. It's open to anyone with an iRacing account. It's open setups, 360 wing sprints at Knoxville Raceway. How it's going to work, Saturday, November 13th is qualifying night 1 at 8 p.m. Sunday will be qualifying night 2. Monday, November 15th is going to be Hard Knocks. That's all at 8 p.m. And then Tuesday, November 16th will be the finals at 7 p.m. So it's a 4-day event using the Knoxville National scoring system. Also providing the event, VMR Wraps, Gambler Motorsports, Can-Am Racing Team, and Ripka Designs. $10 entry fee, 15 after November 10th. The top 5 finishers, the winner gets $100, second $50, third $25, fourth $15, and fifth is $10. Here's how you can enter it. Make sure you click on the appropriate link, c2crl.com, to donate. Then register up for the event below. Once your donation and registration are confirmed, you'll be invited to the League on iRacing where the sessions will be held. And how this is also going to work is, again, we'll be doing the broadcast on Saturday at 8 p.m. That will be a good one, and as well as Monday, November 15th for Hard Knocks. Here's, again, a little more on how this works for those that don't usually watch the Knoxville Nationals. You'll be assigned to one of the 2 qualifying races. They'll consist of hot laps, qualifications, 5 heats, a C main, a B main, and a 25-lap A main. You get 200 points in qualifying for the quick time, 198 for second quick, 196, etc. 100 points awarded for the heat race winner, then going down by 3 for each position. Heats are inverted by 8. This sets up the best racing of the week. Top 4 finishers go to the A main, the balance go to the B and C mains. In the C main, top 4 finishers go to the back of the B. 5th place is 92 points, 6th is 90, etc. Top 4 finishers will go to the tail of the A. The B awards 142 for 5th, 140 for 6th, and so on. And then the A main points, the same as the time trials, 200, 198, 196, and so on. If we have a tiebreaker, finished position in the respective main event. Next tiebreaker is ranked in the time trial. The third tiebreaker is a pill draw. Again, that is in terms of the points. A perfect score is 500 quick time, heat win, and feature win. Top 16 in combined points are locked into Saturday, 17th through 26th. We'll have to go to the B main on Saturday. Rest of the field comes back on Monday for more racing, which is Hard Knocks. Top 4 finishers from Hard Knocks will earn the 21 through 24 starting spots in the A main. That's what it's called, making the A main the Hard Knocks way, which is qualifying heats, mains, and the Hard Knocks 25-lap A main. And then we've got the finals. How that will work is we've got a 10-lap E main if necessary, 12-lap D main if necessary, 15-lap C main, 22-lap B main, and then the 50-lap Knoxville Nationals. These will be separate iRacing sessions. Caution laps don't count for all sessions. The B, C, D, and E main will take the top 4 finishers to the tail of the next event. The top 4 finishers from the B main will earn the 17 through 20 starting spots in the 50-lap A main. We'll also have a 3-race veterans-only mini-series. Veterans can enter for 3 without registering for the charity. The top finishing veteran that hasn't qualified for the Knoxville final will be awarded a P25 provisional. We'll also have a P26 provisional auctioned off with all proceeds going to disabled veterans. Show the support for our veterans. The rules, simply, regular C2C league rules apply. No call-outs, no black flags cleared, no waiver rounds, no tolerance on intentional contact, or you will be removed. All races are protest only. OSRN has the Veterans Race number 1 at 9 p.m. on November 10th. We'll have the A qualifier on this. I'll be broadcasting the A qualifier, the first qualifier, on November 13th at 7:45 p.m. And then November 14th, we'll have our number 2 qualifier. Stay tuned on who's broadcasting that. November 15th is our Hard Knocks, and that will be broadcasted here once again. And then November 16th is the Knoxville Nationals. So again, that's going to be a lot of fun. For those that are wondering what those charities are, Disabled American Veterans consist of disabled veterans who volunteer their time and skills to help other veterans and their families. Whether they're dealing with physical injuries or invisible wounds, they provide claims assistance, a friendly ear, and resources veterans may need. The Patriots deserve the benefits they have earned serving our country. By donating to DAV, you are empowering veterans to lead productive lives with respect and dignity. And for Honor House, it's a refuge, a home away from home for members of our Canadian Armed Forces, veterans, emergency services personnel, and their families to stay completely free of charge while they are receiving medical care and treatment. Those brave individuals, along with their families, sacrifice so much on a daily basis to protect our freedom and our everyday way of life. Honor House allows us the opportunity to show them all that we care and how much we appreciate that they do for all of us. Speaking of that, at this time, this is a good way to lead into our opening ceremonies. At this time, to honor America, we ask that you please rise and remove your headwear. Please rise if you are able for the playing of the Canadian and U.S. national anthems. at this time, folks, we get ready to go for the B Division Rebels. And as always, the Coast to Coast Racing League Rebels are brought to you by our good friends at the Lucas Oil Empire Super Sprints. Drivers currently in the drivers' meeting as we are just about 6 minutes away from our qualifying session for our Rebels. And let's begin by talking about our big three of the Rebels this season. That's been Nicholas Vickray, Lance Ripka, and Kevin Fry. The latter and Kevin Fry has been making the bigger storylines than the top two in these past few weeks, especially for Kevin Fry, getting back-to-back wins at Kokomo and Cedar Lake. And he's currently back, though, by 31 points. I'm doing the math wrong here. On Nicholas Vickray. Vickray leading Lance Ripka by 20 points. And speaking of that, it's a good time to put you into our point standings brought to you by iRacing League Manager. Vickray, Ripka, Kevin Fry, we mentioned the top three. Brandon Dittmer is fourth with 376. Fifth is Joe Backus with 371. Brandon Templeton sixth with 363. Jack Clevenger is 7th with 317. Jeffrey Kemper is 8th with 308. Good battle against Matt Ramsey, Nicholas Schell, Mike Cranmer, and that is 8th through 11th. Now as we take a look at the front of the field, we have to keep in mind as well, Drivers IL. Nicholas Vickray, remember you got to have under 225. Nicholas Vickray is at 230. So we got to keep that in mind today as well, as we're under the final few weeks of the season. Lance Ripka with an 0.92, and then Kevin Fry a 1.36. So they're pretty much, they've been really good in terms of how clean they have been racing so far. So when we talked about how the drivers have done this season, for Nicholas Vickray, your points leader, he has only won one race this season. That came at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. As for Lance Ripka, he's got 2 wins. The season opener at Knoxville, where he actually beat Kevin Fry after Fry sent it in second position on the slide job. And then Ripka won at Lernerville Speedway. Kevin Fry, we talked about it. Back-to-back wins, Kokomo and Cedar Lake. And if it weren't for poor finishes at tracks like Charlotte, Lernerville, Williams Grove, we could be talking about Kevin Fry as the points leader at the moment. And for Ripka, he's only had one bad finish this season. That was a 13th at Fairbury that really cost him big time. Nicholas Vickray has just been consistent, top 10 finishes in every race so far this season. His lowest finish is a 9th, which came at Fairbury. So that should absolutely be fun to watch out for. While we are at it, continuing on, let's take this chance to thank some of our other sponsors. Our hard charger is brought to you by A&J Custom Creations, specializing in laser engraving and CNC machining. A&J puts their craftsmanship to work in every wood trophy and plaque they produce. A&J provides trophies and plaques to all of the Coast to Coast Racing League Division champions. Contact Andy Patton to order your custom creation today. Let's take a look at our Coast to Coast Speed Shop Driver of the Week. This is where iRacing meets real racing. There's so much to see. Check out all the neat apparel and gifts of the Coast to Coast Racing League and our partners. Go to c2cro.com for more information. And we do not have an update for that, but that is our C2C Speed Shop update there for you. Our restarts, all brought to you by Icon Sim Sports, aiming to bring the sim racing community a one-of-a-kind fixed chassis experience like no other, while exemplifying extraordinary customer service to its patrons. Imagine having a sim racing chassis built specifically for you. A custom chassis engineered to accommodate you and your needs while replicating the look, feel, and design of a real race car. Check them out online at www.iconsimsports.com. Our Let 'em Roar and also our title sponsor for the Renegades when we get there is brought to you by Dylan Westbrook Racing. Get hats, shirts, and more from 4-time Oswegan Speedway champion and current ASCS Rookie of the Year, the number 47X of Dylan Westbrook, in the C2C Speed Shop on the Coast to Coast website, c2crl.com. And also, if we get to them tonight, and we'll likely get there, Gambler Motorsports and Can-Am Racing Team, also other teams we should shout out, are part of the Coast to Coast Racing League. Give you our current times at the moment. Just taking a look at some interesting things. Jamie McCarron leading the quick time with an 11.402 in practice. And I believe that will do it here for practice for the Rebels. So we should be getting set here closely for qualifying, and qualifying brought to you by the Pitside Podcast. As we have hit 8:10 p.m. here on the East Coast. Should be going here shortly. We've got 19 drivers. I want to say 19 drivers that are on the entry list for tonight for the Rebels here at Lanier Raceplex. While we're at, let's know where you were watching from and who you were rooting for tonight as we get ready for Rebels action. Currently just a little bit behind, and oh, we are finished. All right, here we go for qualifying, brought to you by the Pitside Podcast. We will take a look and see who comes out onto the track first. And we will watch Kevin Fry in the number 21. One of the big three here in the Rebels this season, and we're underway with qualifying. A lot of drivers immediately taking to the track, so you know this leaderboard is going to be coming out like crazy. Kevin Fry's first lap, let's see where he goes. 11.9. Anyone getting faster? Joe Halter, 11.9. Fry, 11.906. Jesse Atkinson, 11.777. Forsyth looking to improve. He cannot. Clevenger, 7th. And he can't improve either. We go to Nicholas Schell with a number 512. Schell goes 10th, 12.163. Rory Collins also qualifying. He is 13th quickest. Schell trying to improve here. He's in the green. And he improves 12.04. Rory Collins goes up to 11th with a 12.096. Let's go to Roger Craig, our bass man, off of turn 4 here, trying to beat a 12.31, and he does. 12.114 up to 12th quick. A lot of drivers for the driver card we got earlier today. We won't talk about the penalty specifically, but a bunch of drivers getting qualifying EOLs from what we know of. Mike Cranmer working on his first lap off of turn number 4. His time at a 12.394. Cranmer, this looks to be a better improvement here. And it is a 12.02, that is 10th quick. So qualifying is complete. And ladies and gentlemen, with a quick time of 11.777, a round of applause for the driver of the 127. That is Jesse Atkinson. Jesse Atkinson in the number 127, based out of the United States. So that will wrap us up here. 15 drivers taking time out of what we have is a 19-car field. So we're set to go for heat race number 1. Heat race number 1 brought to you by the Lucas Oil Empire Super Sprint, celebrating over 37 years of exciting 360 sprint car action in the northeastern United States and Canada. Stars like Paulie Colagiovanni, Jason Barney, Chuck Habing, Matt Tanner, Billy Van Immergen, and many more come to a dirt track near you. For more information, please log on to EmpireSuperSprints.com or visit our Facebook and Twitter pages. Lucas Oil Empire Super Sprints, with a tradition of excitement guaranteed. Live on. So here's how we line things up for heat race number 1. It's Mike Cranmer and Jack Clevenger. That's the front row. Row 2, Joe Halter and Jesse Atkinson. And row 3, Roger Craig and Jamie McCarron. All 6 drivers are gridded up and ready to go. So the Rebels out on the track. Top 4 all inverted. Top 4 transfer through directly to the A main. The winner starts from pole position tonight in our 25-lap feature. Watch out for Jesse Atkinson to make his way up quickly through the field. Best finish for Atkinson, second, which came at Williams Grove. And the Raiders, he's got a win at Knoxville. Here we go. Green is out. We're underway. Great start from Jack Clevenger up on that outside, up on Mike Cranmer, side by side. Cranmer gets tight off of turn number 4. And we've got trouble. Atkinson up on his side. What a surprise there. The quick time going to the B main. We'll take a look and see what happened in just a moment. Meanwhile, a good battle for second. Mike Cranmer, Joe Halter, and Jamie McCarron is the Aussie. Going to take it 3 wide off of 2, not yet. Now he does 3 wide in 3 and 4. That got close. That's Cranmer edges out Halter. Man, that low groove getting slick big time. That could get rubbered in. McCarron up on the outside, lagging just a little bit, finds a groove up top. He takes away 3rd, puts Halter back to 4th. I just did a wheelie off of Mike Cranmer looking for P2. 3 laps to go. Let's look at the Malcolm's replay and watch Jesse Atkinson on the start. Had to be some contact with Halter, I would assume, and there was. And he got flipped. Contact with Roger Craig. Back to that battle for second spot. McCarron, the slide job on Mike Cranmer, puts him up into second. Final lap is underway, and Jack Clevenger is pulling away big time, and he wants that pole position. He's gonna get it. Jack Clevenger wins heat race number 1. McCarron, Cranmer, and Halter transferring directly. Okay, everyone makes it in tonight if you're in the B main, so no worries if you are not in the top 4. Heat race number 2 brought to you by the Super Dirt Car Series, the Northeast Premier Series, showcasing the big block modified Premier drivers. From Florida to Canada, the Super Dirt Car Series visits some of the most exciting dirt tracks in front of the biggest crowds. In the words of the voice Shane Andrews, they're the ground-pounding, earth-shattering, window-rattling beasts of the Northeast. They're the big block modified Super Dirt Car Series. Field is already rolling off. Let's take a look at how they line up for heat race number 2. Nicholas Shell, Brandon Templeton, that is the front row. Row 2, there's a man you got to watch closely. Your points leader in the 00, Nicholas Vic Ray, and Chris Forsyth next to him. And row 3 is Matt Ramsey and Greg Parmalee. Eight laps for Heat 2. Way green. And it's Shell with the early start in 1 and 2, but Templeton's got the power off the corner up on the outside where the cushion is. Looking for the lead. Oh my! Forsyth, that's a dump. That's a dump and run on Templeton. Takes Parmalee with him. That was dirty. Forsyth looks for the lead on Nicholas Shell. And he gets in the line. I don't care who you are. You gotta let off the gas like that. Even if you're the fastest car on track. Forsyth, the fastest lap, 12:29. Vic Ray back in third. Shell is second. And Forsyth the race leader. Let's watch the replay. And watch that 3-car accident. Not a lot of drivers will be happy at Forsyth. Sent it in. Looks like there was a little bit of net code, so correction on if it was dirty, but if you look at it from right here, simply just got into him. 2 laps to go in the heat. There's a situation, though, where you have to have plenty of patience, and clearly Chris Forsyth did not have patience right there. He wanted to go he wanted to go no matter what was in front of him. Shell and Vic Ray battle for second. Matt Ramsey is fourth. He's got the final transfer spot. As we're on the white flag, Chris Forsyth will start from second spot tonight. Shell, Vic Ray, and Ramsey second through fourth. Forsyth takes the heat win. A little bit controversial in the way it happened. But at least the pass for the lead on Shell was clean. I'll give him that for sure. Heat race number 2 is in the books. Time for heat race number 3. Brought to you by World of Sports. This is our final heat race for the Rebels. Come relax, laugh, and have a good time with Mike and Rod as they take a dive into the crazy, exciting, wonderful world of sports. Enjoy guests, current events, and the hottest topics in today's sports. If you love sports just as much as us, join us and let's enjoy the world of sports. Find us wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. Let's line them up this way for heat race number 3. Rory Collins and Kyle Goldner. That is the front row. Row 2. Oh, boy. That's the guy you got to watch closely. Kevin Fry in the 21. Joe Backus in the 46th. And starting from 5th is Alec Uber. A name that I just realized is not in is Lance Ripka. So Everson's saying net code all day. Forsyth did nothing wrong. All right. There's always that good old net code that always happens in iRace, and I get it. I completely get it. So no worries. That was just instant reaction. You think, you know, why did that happen? Heat 2 in the books. Heat 3 about to go down right now. Kyle Goldner, the good start on Rory Collins, but Kevin Fry is starting to fry it up right now. Let him cook. He wants second on Rory Collins. Tries to get to work off of turn 2. They nearly come to blows. And the high side is going to work out well for Kevin Fry. He takes away second. Joe Backus falls back to 4th. Kyle Goldner, fastest lap that time at a 12.16. But Kevin Fry is closing in big time. Everyone using the top shelf. Fry was faster by 300ths. How is he going to make the pass, though? It may have to come down to a slide job. We'll have to see. Meanwhile, Collins and Backus go to work for third. Kevin Fry, fastest lap of the race at a 12:12. He is right there, gets in the wall, he pulls to the inside. Tries to put the slide job, does not work, but he's got 3 more laps. Winner start from third, and Kyle Goldner continues to pull away just a little bit. Fry's got a couple of more shots here. Doesn't want to do it too early. Final lap underway as Backus and Collins continue to battle for third. Kevin Fry's going to take a peek. Hail Mary, no. Kyle Goldner takes heat race number 3, followed by a good finish between Backus and Collins. So Kyle Goldner, your heat 3 winner. That will do it for heat action as we get set to go for our B main, brought to you by Chip Bangers Racing, an official team of the Coast to Coast Racing League. Line them up this way. It is Roger Craig, Brandon Templeton in row 1, Alec Uber and Jesse Atkinson in row 2, Greg Parmalee and Jeff Hayworth in row number 3. So this will determine positions 13 through 18. One to go until the B main takes place. Again, all drivers will make it in. Jeff Hayworth not in this. So I believe either he's starting from the rear for the feature or will not be in the feature. Saving his stuff for later, potentially. Roger Craig, Brandon Templeton, your front row. It's all in the starter's hands. We go green. Templeton, what a good jump. Jesse Atkinson following suit. Craig trying to side draft off of Templeton. Doesn't work there as the battle for the lead heats up between the top 3. Templeton and Atkinson, nose to tail. First and second. Craig doing a good job staying on that inside. Oh, he got tight. Almost got into them as Templeton does a wheelie across the start-finish line. Great camera work by our iRacing crew. Half a car length between first and second. It's been tough to pass, especially on the high side at Lanier when the track gets slick like that. But how do you do it if you're Atkinson? That's how you do it. You send it on the bottom, try to slide job. Did he make the pass stick, especially on how rubber the track is? Pulls the slider up on Templeton, takes the lead. Crossover from Brandon. Does he pull a slider of his own? He's got the run off of turn number 2, and he can put the big slider here. Yes, he does. It was too much of a slider, though. And we've got a crash. Roger Craig has flipped it. Roger Craig will start from position number 18 tonight. 3 laps to go for Jesse Atkinson. Let's take a look real quick at our Malcolm's replay and see what happened to the Bass Man. Gassed it too much. Flips it. Oh, ow! Hits the entrance. Final lap, though, is underway for Jesse Atkinson. And we'll start from position number 13 tonight. Can he get the hard charge or a wood? We'll have to see. Atkinson takes the checkers. Templeton second, Parmalee third. We wait for Alec Uber, who finishes in 4th. So that will do it for prelims here for the Rebels. We will go and take a break here. When we come back, it will be a 25-lap feature for the Rebels. Stay with us here on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Warm-ups are concluding here at Lanier, and look how dusty this trip. We have turned from a rubbery track to what could be a dry and dusty track. Jamie McCarran, the quickest in warm-ups. So we are set to go for our feature. Here's the starting lineup for tonight's 25-lap feature for the Rebels. It's Jack Clevenger and Chris Forsyth on the front row. Row 2, Kyle Goldner and Jamie McCarran. Row 3, Nicholas Schell and Kevin Fry. Row number 4, Mike Cranmer and Nicholas Fickray. The 5th row, Joe Backus and Joe Halter. Row number 6, Matt Ramsey and Rory Collins. Row number 7, Jesse Atkinson, Brandon Templeton. Row 8, Greg Palmer, Lee and Alec Uber. And row 9 is Roger Craig. Set to go for 25 laps. Ready to do battle. 25 laps around the Lanier Raceplex. Jack Clevenger, Chris Forsyth, your front row of a 17-car field. Who's it going to be? How's it going to be done? We are about to find out. Time to make some noise with 700 horsepower. It's the Dylan Westbrook Racing. Let 'em roar. We go green. Three wide for a constant lap behind Clevenger. I don't know how that happened. Kyle Goldner, Jamie McCarran. Oh man, we got a big one. Big wreck in 2, and Kevin Fry is in it. Trying to get the car uprighted. Caution laps do not count as we completed lap number 1. Oh man. Fry, yeah, he's got it on his lid. That's a tough break. 3rd in points coming in, and Fry's day maybe put to the back. See what happened on our yellow in the Malcolm's replay. That's Joe Backus, and the yellow start in front of her with Kevin Fry. That is a 4-car wreck. Joe Halter is also involved. Let's see if we can get another angle of this. What happened? There's contact. Is that the 512 of Shell? I think it was. Oh, and Craig got in there late. So Fry's day may be in trouble. But we're ready to go back to green to put 3 laps up on the board. Clevenger leads McCarran and Goldner. McCarran and Goldner in 2nd and 3rd. This restart brought to you by Icon Sim Sports. Forsyth taking a peek on the bottom waters. We're back to yellow though. See who this is for. We've got Mike Cranmer in trouble, along with Brandon Templeton. Malcolm's replay tells us everything. Oh, Templeton. I don't know what that was about. Let's watch the onboard from Brandon. I don't know. From there, it looks like Cranmer slowed up and Templeton just did not expect it at all. That's what I see from that. I don't think that was intentional in any way, shape, or form as we go back to green in the Icon Sim Sports restart zone. Rack 'em, stack 'em. No change in spots counted. Everyone in the same positions. We did not complete a lap there. Look at Kyle Goldner trying the inside. Forsyth all the way underneath him. They should have watched the Raiders feature as the low line did not work it out. It was all top shelf for the lead. McCarran is underneath. Slide job from the Aussie, Jamie McCarran. Clevenger fights back on the bottom. Slide job from Clevenger. Back to the point he goes. They're trading slide jobs. A great race so far. And McCarran to the race lead. Here comes Forsyth, the 225, and he goes to the point. So he's got it set up for the bottom groove. McCarran, and the yellow is down. Forsyth's got the lead. Oh my goodness, that was incredible. Yellow is out for Joe Halter. Let's take a look and see what happened to him in the 22. Templeton spun right in front of him. See if we have anything on Brandon. Lost it by himself. See what the rewind shows us. Yeah, he clipped that retaining wall there. So that brings out the yellow. Let's see if we're going back green this time or we're waiting another lap. I think we're going to one more lap, and we are. How about Forsythe's pass on the bottom? So that was a great run. Let's see if Forsythe can match that. McCarron second, Clevenger third, Kyle Goldner fourth, and Jesse Atkinson from 13th is up to 5th. Remember, he was the quickest in time trials. Watch that closely. Into the Icon Sim Sports restart zone. Forsythe keeps it on the bottom. McCarron and Clevenger using the outside. Here comes Kyle Goldner. He wants third. Jack Clevenger up on the bottom. McCarron trying to power off top shelf. He cannot get it on Forsythe. As the battling continues to heat up, we're back to caution though. Here and it may be Alec Uber in the 19, and he's called it. Uber has quit for the night, and it was Uber. And his night tonight. God, oh my, the way that car went. I'm gonna rewind this again. We're gonna watch the on. That car slowed like it ran out of fuel, but I don't believe that car was out of gas. Like that was very odd. So we go back to green. Chris Forsythe is the leader. And we're firing again. Again, another good jump. McCarron up on the outside. Clevenger this time trying the bottom. Here comes Kyle Goldner in the number 97. Outside he goes for P3. He gets him at the line. Again, they continue to trade blows for third spot. Big slider from Clevenger. Goldner crosses over underneath. For the lead, though, McCarron has got it on the outside. McCarron, fastest lap of the day. Forsythe trying to fight back. It'll be halfway home this time by. Forsythe can't get it back. The low line has been... That basement groove where the cold mud was originally has now turned into slickness. No mistakes from McCarron the rest of the race, and he could get the win. Clevenger now up on Forsythe. Second spot battle is on. Here comes your points leader, Nicholas Vic Ray is into this. Forsythe fighting back for second. This is an incredible battle for P2, and we're back to yellow. Oh no, Jesse Atkinson, the fastest driver of the day, has crashed. Ah. He was looking forward to a good run. Got the wall, was just riding it, and around he goes. Anyone hit him? He said, "Tow it, I'm done." So right now that puts Roger Craig into the free pass position, or the hard charger position. Going green this time. We will have 9 laps to go. Don't forget, coming up after this, we will have our Renegades event. They will do 30 laps around Lanier. 9 circuits, though, remain. McCarran, Clevenger, Forsyth, Vic Ray, and Goldner, your top 5. Into the Icon Sim Sports restart zone, and McCarran tries to get away from Clevenger. Forsyth again, testing the bottom, and he cannot get it to work. Now the key here is if you're running the high side the rest of this race, you cannot get the wall or your day could be done. McCarran, I want to say he's got a win earlier this season, and I'm pretty sure he does in the Rebels division. Hasn't raced a lot with the drivers this season, but he is a fast car, that's for sure. Gonna be 6 to go at the line. Clevenger, Vic Ray on in a battle for second spot. Goldner and Forsyth for 4th. Man, Forsyth had a good car earlier on that low groove, but once that got used up, he just had nothing. Simply nothing. 5 rotations remain as we watch Vic Ray and Goldner for P3. No Lance Ripka in the field tonight. Kevin Fry, the 13th place car right now. Vic Ray is in 3rd. No mistakes from Vic Ray, and there will be a huge extension in the points lead for the 00 tonight. Only thing Jamie McCarran does not want to see this morning for him is a yellow flag right now, or else Clevenger has a chance. Half a second lead for the Aussie on Clevenger. Clevenger with back-to-back second place finishes. He was the one that was leading last week until Ty got by him on that restart, which you can't do before the green flag. Clevenger tried it in 1 and 2 on the last lap. And McCarran's out of fuel! McCarran's out of fuel! Final time, 3 and 4, Clevenger! Oh my goodness! McCarran did not measure the fuel right. He comes across the line, 12th. And Jack Clevenger gets his first win in the Rebels. Are you kidding me? The second time tonight we've seen fuel issues. If it wasn't for too many yellows, McCarran's got the win. Oh my goodness. What on earth did we just see? We're gonna watch McCarran here and see when he knew he was running out of fuel. Watch the RPMs. Oh, that's when he started to run out. It was starting to siphon on him. That's the first with Daniel Blau. Now with Jamie McCarran. Let's watch an aerial view of this. There it is right there. Vic Ray knew he had to go for it. They both drove as hard as they can to hold each other off. From second to first, Clevenger gets the win. They've all taken their photos. For Clevenger, that's his 5th career win in coast-to-coast action. Wow. I'm sorry, by the way, if that call was a little bit messed up there with the way I was talking, but I'm not sure if Kyle Goldner's aware that he finished in 3rd. Let's see if he's in here. Yeah, I don't think Kyle's aware. So we'll see if Kyle comes on in here. I don't think he knows that he finished 3rd yet. Let's go to our second place finisher though. That's Nicholas Vickeray. Nicholas, wow. That was a fun race to watch tonight. Just walk us through your perspective of, first off, the final lap.
Yeah, so I guess the last green flag run we had, I tried to pull down off the corner to try to get a run on Jack because there was just enough room for a slider between him and Jamie, and I just couldn't get any bite off the middle or the bottom to get a run to throw a slider in the next corner. And me and Jack were actually just talking about that in the waiting room. This track was 100% topside dominant from like middle point of the race on. And I was up top the whole time, and there was a couple times a couple guys got by me on the bottom, but I just had to keep my faith that the bottom was going to go away and the top was going to come back in. So it worked out tonight.
Absolutely, it did. I'm trying to think as well. How about the low line? Because drivers were able to make some passes on the low line, like we saw Forsyth get the lead earlier on, but then once that low line just took in rubber, he had nothing.
Yeah, the low line was fast. I got passed by 2 or 3 guys on the bottom. And I guess the good thing about going single file is if any of the guys in front of you go to the bottom, once the bottom goes away, there's really nowhere for them to go up top because you're already there. But yeah, I mean, I say it week in and week out, but I'm live or die by the high side. I run the top side way better than I run the bottom. So it was a good feeling to see the top come back in.
Well, hey, you also have a big extension on your points lead. Fry got 13th, Ripka wasn't in, so that's got to be happy for you.
I know, I was behind Kevin Fry there on the start, and I really did hate to see him get caught up in an early incident because honestly, my plan was to follow him to the front and then see if I could get around him at the end. That seems to be the way he goes. He tends to start around maybe around 10th to 5th, and then works his way to the front every single week. So my plan was to follow him to the front and then try and battle him at the end. But unfortunately, that's not the way it worked out. Like I said, I wish that's the way that it would have gone, but things happen. That's racing. So, but yeah, it was a good points night. I did get into the wall one time. I got 2 incident points, so I lost 5 bonus points for finishing with none. But all in all, I guess it could have been worse. So,
who do you want to give shout-outs to tonight for this? And will we be seeing you in the Renegades event or no?
So we will not be in the Renegades. I got another league commitment that I have to run. But as far as sponsors on Spartan Racing, I know you mentioned Lance Ripka wasn't in tonight. He messaged the group a little while ago and said that he wasn't going to be back home in time. But I hate to see that because he's had a really good year this year, and hopefully he'll be back soon. But outside of that, it is SBGC 3D printing. If anybody out there has any 3D printing needs, definitely go check them out on Facebook. VMR Wraps. If anybody out there needs a wrap, come check us out on Facebook at VMR E-Wraps. Miriam Machado Spa, Roger and Preston for putting it all together, and then of course you for putting on a great show.
Alrighty, well we will let you go. Nice friend tonight, Nicholas.
Thanks, Marty. Have a good one.
You too. Alrighty, our A&J Custom Creations Hard Charger Award. By the way, we'll mention this first off. We've got Roger Craig, the Bass Man, gets it. About time he finally got an award. I'm just kidding, Roger. Picks up 7 spots from 17th up to 10th. But now it's time to go to Cool Ray Victory Lane, where we're going to talk with a guaranteed shocked Jack Clevenger. Can you believe it?
No, it was kind of a nice surprise there when I seen Jamie just kind of sputter coming out of the corner there.
Just what's your mindset thinking when he runs out of fuel off of turn 2? I know you've got second place in your mindset, but what's that mindset like on your final lap? And at the same time, you're trying to defend the win from Nicholas.
Get a good exit out of 2 and don't screw up in 3 and 4.
That was a fun race as well. Not just with you and Jamie, but also Forsyth was in there on the bottom. How fun was it?
It was good. He passed us on the bottom, and I'm like, well, okay, I got to go to the bottom on the restart. And Jamie wasn't getting the greatest to start, so it was kind of fouling me up getting into turn 1. So I went to the bottom, and I was good, but I had a feeling it was going to go away, and it was going to be skinny up top, but that's where you had to be. And so I put it up there and got 2 spots back that way, and then I was content running second. I didn't know if Jamie was going to crash. He was kind of on the ragged edge there, and then, of course, he ran out of fuel, so that made it even easier.
Yeah, definitely. Let's take a look here real quick. Just looking at something here. Who do you want to give shout-outs to tonight, man? That'd be awesome.
Just Sim Racing Concepts, Radine Racing, all the guys over there make this possible.
Alrighty. Celebrate this
Thanks.
one. Yeah, celebrate this one. Soak it in, enjoy. Congrats, Jack.
Thanks for the broadcast as well, Marty.
Appreciate it. Jack Clevenger. A shocked Jack Clevenger. That is for sure. All right, why don't we give you our unofficial results from tonight, our official results, I should say. Jack Clevenger with the win, Nicholas Vickery second, Kyle Goldner third, Chris Forsyth fourth, Matt Ramsey is fifth, Joe Backus 6th, Rory Collins 7th, Nicholas Shell 8th, Greg Parmalee 9th, and Roger Craig 10th. And, of course, the heartbreak of the night, Jamie McKiernan, who did come across the start-finish line in 12th place. Oh, my. That was a fun race and a crazy ending. I hope we get a fun race overall and a fun finish, too. Not a crazy one like we saw in this one. But coming up, we've got 30 laps for the Renegades here at Lanier. You don't want to miss it. We'll be right back on the Coast to Coast Racing Network.
Cool Ray has always been a leader in our industry.
The lifetime parts and labor warranty is pretty awesome. Basically, all the parts are covered, the labor and everything.
When we say lifetime, we mean lifetime, and it's supported with money-back guarantees. And with that, you're getting all qualified technicians that are going to ensure that this job is done perfectly and operates perfectly throughout the life of the unit.
Learn more about our Cool-Ray lifetime parts and labor warranty at coolray.com. Cool-Ray and Carrier. Turn to the experts.
Welcome back, race fans, to Lanier Raceplex here in virtual Brazelton, Georgia. We are getting set to go for the granddaddy of Monday Night Madness, the Coast2Coast Racing League Renegades, brought to you by Dylan Westbrook Racing. Bryce Callett here with you. Glad you could join us as always on the projected entry list. We have 22 drivers that are planning on joining us tonight, so I think we'll have 3, but there could be a possibility that we have 4. We'll keep you posted for updates. Let us know, by the way, where you're watching from and who you were rooting for. Gary Spangler, regular viewer, watching from the Lernerville and Sharon Safety Crew. Always great to have those viewers on in, and it definitely should be a good one. Well, let's talk about what's been happening recently. Well, it's been pretty much Blake Chapman, the best driver in this season in the Coast2Coast Racing League, without a win in Monday Night Madness. Let's break down his performances this season. He has got 2 seconds, 3 thirds, a 4th, and an 11th, which adds up to 7 weeks. But however, though, the consistency has shown big time. 519 points he has put up. Aiden Young has 453 points in second spot. But there could be a new contender for wins this season. And I should say he's not a new contender, a returning contender. I'm, of course, talking about Lane Snook, back in the Coast2Coast Racing League, and said, I never left, boys and girls. I'm still here. Won at Cedar Lake over Blake Chapman, and is back. So it was really good to hear Lane Snook once again. Get to you the points in just a moment, but while we're at, let's tell you what's coming up in the Coast2Coast Racing League for this week. Wednesday, we've got Hometown Heroes at Odora. We've got the Fixed 305s, Fixed 360s, and Legends on that afternoon. We've got Fixed 305s. Hometown Heroes brought to you by A&J Custom Creations. It's also Kids Night for the Coast2Coast Racing League. The Fixed 305s in the afternoon brought to you by Pitside Podcasts, and then A&J Custom Creations and Icon Sim Sports. Thursday, we've got Thursday Night Thunder in the afternoon. We've got Fixed 358s and V's at Cedar Lake and Donington National, respectively. I'd like to welcome a new sponsor to that. That's Mauer Farm Management. And then Thursday Night Thunder brought to you by SBGC 3D Printing. We've got Fixed 358s brought to you by the Super Dirt Car Series. The 350 Big Block Combiner brought to you by Gambler Motorsports and Chip Bangers Racing, presenting the Pro Late models at Cedar Lake Speedway. So don't miss out on that. And then we've got Trucks and Cup Saturday afternoon, Friday afternoon, and Saturday morning, respectively, at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Brought to you by Can-Am Racing Team and World of Sports Podcast. For more on the schedule and what's coming up, make sure you check out our website at c2crl.com. Your pre-race point standings brought to you by iRacing League Manager, and here's how they look. Blake Chapman with 519 points. Aiden Young with 453 points. Patrick Spangler is third with 440 points. Steven Fernberg is fourth. He's got 419. John Hine fifth with 396. Good battle with John Short for that position. Jeff Barker is seventh with 353. Terry Landis is eighth. He's got 347. Ninth is Bob DeGood with 304. And 10th is Nathan Aldrich with 281 points. Next week, the Coast2Coast Racing League USA International Speedway in Lakeland, Florida. That is always a fun one, watching sprint cars go around USA. I definitely look forward to watching that for sure. Again, we've got 22 drivers on the entry list, and this is one that actually I just noticed in my marks here. Kyle Moonen is back to return to battle for a win. So Kyle Moonen, Stephen Goldner is also back to mention that. Oh my goodness, we have got a stacked entry list for our running of the Renegades tonight. So don't miss out on that. course, we can't run the Coast to Coast Racing League without all of our fine sponsors. First, our title sponsor, Cool Ray, always doing an incredible job as always. Go Braves once again. I've been doing the hatchet chops a lot in the World Series. My dad doesn't like it, but hey, I like it. I don't care what anyone else says. I like it. Go Braves. Well, only for the postseason because the Yankees are out. Our sponsor for Monday Night Madness, that is Malcolm's Mills Mill Writing. And the rest of our other fine sponsors here, all in no particular order, but Lucas Oil Empire Super Sprints, Dylan Westbrook Racing, A&J Custom Creations, The World of Sports Podcast, Icon Sim Sports, Super Dirt Car Series, SBGC 3D Printing, Gambler Motorsports, and Chip Bangers Racing. Gambler Motorsports sponsors Heat Race number 4. And we have that going. Also, the Coast to Coast Speed Shop. And one sponsor we haven't mentioned yet tonight, the Can-Am Racing Team. Again, don't forget, a couple weeks from now, it is Knoxville Knoxville Veterans Charity, the Knoxville Nationals. All funds will be donated to the Disabled American Veterans and Honor House in British Columbia. November 13th through the 16th, qualifying November 13th, and the finals November 16th. Don't miss out on that. 4-day event using the Knoxville National Scoring System. To learn more, go to c2cro.com. I'll be broadcasting qualifier number 1 and Hard Knocks. I'd like to thank Cool Ray, VMR Wraps, Gambler Motorsports, Can-Am Racing Team, and Ripka Designs for their entire support. Qualifying continuing here at the moment, and it is Randy Shreves on the top of the charts with a 11.491. Track looks good so far. Just about 2 minutes away. Let's see what you guys are seeing again in the chat. Nothing else. I'm getting bored right now, people. Come on. Help me out here. Oh, actually, never mind. Race Control helped me out here. Ready for qualifying, brought to you by the Pitside Podcast. As we get things set, let's see who the first driver is that will roll off on the track. That is Aiden Young in the 69, second in points coming into the night. Working lap 1, couple of drivers already working on their first lap for right now. Qualifying times at the bottom of your screen. Aiden Young to the top, 12.137. Patrick Spangler answers back, 12.027. Let's see if Spangler can improve here on lap number 2. Yes, he can by 100th of a second. Spangler, 12.03. Let's go to Stephen Goldner in the 30. Second quick, back to third quick, 12.115. Let's see if he can improve here. Blake Chapman will go to him quickly. Stephen Goldner cannot improve. 300ths off. As for Blake Chapman, cannot improve either. Let's go to Bob DeGood, 14th quickest. Oh my goodness, Bob DeGood just went to the top. Lane Snook tries to answer back. He cannot. 12.011 from DeGood. Oh, Randy Shreves to the top. 11.933. The only 11-second lap in qualifying. Are you kidding me? Chad Cote, 4th quick at a 12.063. Qualifying is getting extremely crazy at the moment. Kyle Moonen, 7th quick at a 12.111. And I think that will do it for qualifying. That is a crazy top 2 that we just saw. Randy Shreves, Bob DeGood, 11.933 for Randy Shreves. A blistering quick time for the driver of the number 56. Round of applause for Randy, folks. Bob DeGood's lap, though, that's I think the highest spot I've ever seen him in qualifying. So qualifying is officially in the books. We get ready to go for our heat races. Heat race number 1 brought to you by the Lucas Oil Empire Super Sprints. The Lucas Oil Empire Super Sprint celebrates over 37 years of exciting 360 sprint car action in the northeastern United States and Canada. Stars like Paulie Colagiovanni, Jason Barney, Chuck Having, Matt Tanner, Billy Van Ivergen, and many more come to a dirt track near you. For more info, log on to EmpireSupersprints.com or visit our Facebook and Twitter pages. The Lucas Oil Empire Super Sprints, where the tradition of excitement guaranteed live on. Here's how they line up for the first heat race of the night. Nathan Aldrich on the pole with Kyle Moonen next to him. Then row number 2, Chad Cote and Randy Shreves. Row 3, Rory Collins and Trent Verstraeten. And row 4, Nicholas Schell and Benjamin Kelch. Just waiting for 2 more drivers to join on in here. There's Shreves, the driver you have to watch closely, but would not be surprised if he can't make his way up to the front for the pole. But, you know, we'll see what happens. Again, this is the first heat race that will determine our pole sitter. Been a fun night of racing so far in the Coast2Coast Racing League. And oh, is that just me? Oh yeah, that's right. Aldrich has always done his scheme like that as a Tim McCready tribute. Fit Coffee Tim McCready tribute there. Thought for a moment I saw the red and with a yellow bolt on it, I thought it was Lightning McQueen. Not gonna lie, Nathan, I know you're watching. 1 lap until we go green. For 8 laps, top 4 transfer directly to the A main. Everyone makes the show with a 22-car field qualifying tonight. This is going to be a fun heat. That's for sure. Aldrich to the right to fire first. We're green. Scattered on the outside off of turn 2, nearly 3 wide, but it's Moonen with the early start with Aldrich in second, followed by Chad Cote. And here we go, nearly 3 wide for 4. Trent Verstraeten has P4 at the moment. Randy Shreves 3 wide off of turn 2. That's getting a little bit dicey there in the corner. Oh my, nearly 4 wide off the corner. You wanted the best, you nearly had him 4 abreast. Verstraeten trying to get by Randy Shreves. He's up to 3rd on Aldrich. Randy Shreves tries to thread the needle. Shreves takes away 4th. Back behind them for 5th. Rory Collins, Trent Verstraeten. 4 down. 4 to go here. Shreves pulling away, trying to get by Aldrich for 3rd. Kyle Moonen with the early lead. Chad Cote is 2nd. Aldrich back in 3rd, and here we go for P3. Shreves better watch out because Verstraeten's closing in just a little bit. Closed in over a 10th that time. So the lap counter looks like. Shreves was 7/10 faster. Aldrich ran his quickest lap. Oh, Shreves in the wall. Randy Shreves is in the wall. Cost him some time on Aldrich. Verstraeten doesn't fight on it. Final lap is underway. Kyle Moonen off of turn 4. The return for Moonen. He's on the pole tonight. Cote 2nd, Aldrich 3rd, and Shreves 4th. It's a tough break for Schrays from a quick time to starting whatever is 4th in Heat 1. I would like to say that is 10th. From a first starting spot, potentially, to a 10th starting spot. All right, next heat, brought to you by the Super Dirt Car Series. The Northeast premier drivers showcasing the big block modified premier drivers from Florida to Canada. The Super Dirt Car Series visits some of the most exciting dirt tracks in front of the biggest crowds. In the words of the voice, Shane Andrews, they're the ground-pounding, earth-shattering, window-rattling beasts of the Northeast. It's the big block modified Super Dirt Car Series. 1 to green this time by. Here's how they line up. Terry Landis and Stephen Goldner in row 1, followed by Blake Chapman and Bob Degood in row 2. Row 3, Zach Chapman and Jeff Barker. Stephen Fernberg starts from 7th. At 7, maybe that outside line, watch closely. That's going to be the line everyone will want tonight, especially Stephen Goldner and Bob Degood. Pace truck is in. Green. Bob Degood did not get going at all. That was not Degood of a start. And he's way back, but there they go. Oh, my heavens. Take flight, Terry Landis. And around is Fernberg, but he saves it. Degood is 4th. Barker 3rd. Zach Chapman is 4th, and no surprise, the leader who is gone. That's Stephen Goldner. 1.2 second lead on Zach Chapman. Jeff Barker is 3rd. Blake Chapman is now up to 4th. Got the pass to stick on Bob Degood. And he's stuck in a battle for 5th spot on Stephen Fernberg. Fernberg tried to slide up, could not. Let's go up front though. Here comes Blake Chapman. 3rd spot battle here on Jeff Barker. Blake cannot clear just yet. Blake though has the fastest lap of this race at 12.19. Inside groove working early on, but the high side is what you want a setup developed for. Blake is up to 3rd, 2 to go in Heat 2. Winner starts on the outside line first, on the outside front row, and Stephen Goldner's got it down the back straight. Half a lap to go, and he's going to get it. What a front row this is going to be. It's like a reunion. Kyle Moonen, Stephen Goldner, back streets back all right, that's for sure. Jeff Barker gets 4th, rounds out the transfer spots for the A main first. So we go for heat race number 3, brought to you by the World of Sports podcast. Come relax, laugh, and have a good time with Mike and Rod as they take a dive into the crazy, exciting, wonderful world of sports. Enjoy guests, current events, and the hottest topics in today's sports. If you love sports just as much as us, join us and let's enjoy the world of sports. Find us wherever you listen to your podcast. John Hine and Aiden Young in row number 1. Row 2, it's Lane Snook and Patrick Spangler. Row 3, G.J. Boydell and Barry Goldner. And starting in 7th is John Short. Final heat race of the evening tonight. Winner of this heat will start from position number 3. Aiden Young, Lane Snook, the main drivers to watch for closely, but John Hine also as well. This is going to be a fun heat, just like the past 2 have been. Pace truck is in. Here we go. Green flag is out. John Hine checks out of the hotel like a bat out of hell. battle for second on. Lane Snook trying to clear Aiden Young easily. Yes, he's got it for right now, but he wants to use that bottom, baby. Wants the race lead. He can't get it yet. 4 cars in a brouhaha for this lead. Hind by 2 car lengths. Snook again trying, tucks in line on Aiden Young. There's your top 4, all nose to tail. Patrick Spangler with the final transfer spot. Hind starts to open up a little bit of a gap on Lane Snook at the moment. That cushion has really thinned out big time for sure, and that high groove will be the place to be tonight. No one trying any bold moves out just yet. There's that battle for third though. Aiden Young and Patrick Spangler. 3 laps to go, and Lane Snook is closing in on John Hind. 2 car lengths separate the top 2. 12-13, fastest lap for Lane Snook. 300s quicker than John Hind last time by. He may put a major slide job here in the final lap. Don't want to do it here though. He's going to save it for the last chance. Hind's in the wall. Here we go. Snook sends it in. Does he have what it takes off of turn 4? Oh, he may have gotten it. Lane Snook, 14 1/1000ths of a second. And I think he got it. Oh my goodness. iRacing timing 1,000th. Wow. And that, I just want to make sure that was Lane Snook, and it was. That was impressive. We're going to watch that one more time before we go green and just show you how close this was to the line. Look at that. Gives you another better perspective. Right here. I think, is this the time? Oh my goodness. Right there. Make a screenshot of that, folks. Put that on a poster. See if we got another good angle to show it. Right there. I think it was that timing marker right there. But that was incredible. Roger's probably telling me, Marty, get back and do the race. Alrighty. Real quick, your starting lineup brought in the B main. Brought to you by Chip Bangers Racing, Trent Verstraeten, Bob DeGood, Barry Goldner, Rory Collins, Stephen Fernberg, G.J. Boydow, Nicholas Schell, Terry Landis, John Short. That's your top 9. Thought we were about to go green flag there that time, but that may be the closest finish we have had all season long in any heat race for Coast to Coast Racing. So we know your top 12 spots. Time to figure out 13 through 21. Verstraeten brings them to green. What a start he got up on Bob DeGood. Now Barry Goldner, 3 wide off of turn 2. Rory Collins drops out of it. It is a mess beyond back. Like, look at this mess here. It's like a 3 wide Indy 500 start, nearly 4 wide off of turn 2. This is getting really crazy here, folks. Barry Goldner second, Stephen Fernberg third. John Short, Rory Collins. That is a battle for 4th. And they're joining in on the battle with Fernberg and Goldner. Short tried something all the way down to the basement, doesn't work. Fernberg wants a piece of second, and he's got that piece of second position. In fact, he's got all of that second position. Just cleared Goldner for a split second, and here comes John Short. Five up, 5 down. Battle for the lead. Barry Goldner all over Trent Verstraeten. Look how much this track has gotten slickened in. Oh, he got really loose off of turn 4. Lost a bunch of ground, and here comes Short on Fernberg. Battle for third. They nearly came to blows. Short clears Fernberg. That's still your best battle on the track. Oh, Barry Goldner! Holy moly! He just tattooed that pit wall. We're gonna watch this again. Show you how much he took in air. Got the wall, by. Came down like 5 lanes and nobody hit him. Checkers are out. Trent Verstraeten wins the B main. So preliminary action is in the books. Here from the Lanier Raceplax. When we come back, will be feature time for the Renegades. Stay with us on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Warm-ups wrapping up here. Show you who is the quickest. Lane Snook, 12.538. He starts in third position tonight after a finish of 1/1000th of a second on John Hine. Well, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Cool Ray, the Coast to Coast Racing League, and all the fine admins, the fine sponsors and drivers, we thank you for choosing to spend your Monday night with us. It is now time to meet the field of 21 for tonight's 30-lap main event. Here is the starting lineup. On the front row, it's a reunion pretty much. Kyle Moonen and Stephen Goldner. Row 2, it's Lane Snook and Chad Cote. Row 3, Zach Chapman and John Hine. Row 4, Nathan Aldrich and Blake Chapman. And row 5 is Aiden Young and Randy Shreves. Row 6, Jeff Barker and Patrick Spangler. As we go through the rest of the field, it is Trent Verstraeten, John Short, Steven Fernberg, Nicholas Schell, Rory Collins, GJ Boydell, Nicholas Schell, Terry Landis, Bob DeGood, and Barry Goldner. Time to go racing here at Lanier. One lap until we go green. 30 laps for the Renegades all around Lanier. Kyle Moonen, Stephen going to the front row. Who's it going to be? How's it going to be done? We're about to find out as we say, race fans, strap in and hold on tight, because these men are about to turn them loose and drop the sledgehammer. It's time to let them roar. Lap 1 in the books off of corner number 2. It is Kyle Moonen with the lead. Stephen Goldner in second. Lane Snook is in third as the battle is on. Snook tries to go for second. Remember, he's got a setup dialed into the inside line. As they stack up behind Zach Chapman, Nathan Aldrich and company. Here comes Blake Chapman as well. The 20 machine that is looking for fourth position. Oh, we got trouble. They save it. Aldrich is off the pace with John Hine. There's Randy Shreves. No caution, though. We stay green. We had a major hit into the wall, which we've got a good battle for second position. This could even be a battle for the lead if you want to count it. Kyle Moonen looks for the top spot. Tries to keep it off of Lane Snook. Excuse me, that's Stephen Goldner who is looking. Trying all the way down on the bottom of the racetrack. Remember, he likes this setup that's built for the top shelf. Tucks in line, he's back in second. Now the battle is on for P2. Stephen Goldner and Lane Snook off of 2. Snook is going to send it in. As he tried the slide job. Nah, he rolled the bottom and came up a front tire short of Stephen Goldner. They continue to do battle for second, and they've put about a 2-second gap on the Chapmans. Nothing there. Oh, Snook way loose off of 2. That's not the line he wanted. Let's go behind them as they continue to have a McFlurry in turn number 4. That's for Strayton and Blake Chapman for 6th. You've got John Short up there. A couple of drivers. Oh, we got a yellow. Hang on, we got a yellow. Terry Landis in the 61 I believe is spun. And for the first time tonight in the Renegades, we'll go to the Malcolm's replay. Shreves in the 56 was their contact. It was with Fernberg in the 29. Comes around, doesn't hit anything though, so good job by Landis. Will not need to use a quick repair, but that will put him to the back, though. So a fun start. We got 10 laps in. We'll have 20 to go when we go back to green. Kyle Moonen leads on Stephen Goldner, then Lane Snook, Zach Chapman, Jeff Barker, Blake Chapman, Trent Verstraeten, John Short, Aiden Young, GJ Boydell. That's the top 10. They come to the Icon Sim Sports restart zone for the first time in the feature tonight. Goldner took a peek at it. but he flinched. Did not work. Snook wants second. Oh, he's got a chance at it. Got a front wing ahead. Let's see if he can get it to work off of turn 4. He got to work that way with John Hine, but not that time. Goldner scrapes the wall for just a moment. The top 3 remain nose to tail. Let's go behind them, where again it continues to be a mess. That's Zach Chapman in 4th. Jeff Barker is in 5th. As they come off of 2, continues to be a worldwide mess. Here comes Blake Chapman, 3 wide off of 4. Trying to get something to work. It's John Short up there too. Look at the 20 car wheeling it. You can see the wheel for how much he's dialed in. Trying to take it. John Short got up in the wall. That is the battle for 5th position. Many drivers on the bottom, but 2 drivers utilizing the top side. That's Jeff Barker continuing on for 5th position. 3 wide, contact. That's for Straighten in the 88. Almost getting involved. Top 3 again. Stay by themselves. Halfway home here in the Renegades feature tonight. Blake gets by. Same with Josh. Oh, hang on! Who is that? Is that Lane Snook? I don't know, but the battle for the lead is on. He set it in. 2 for 1 discount. Lane Snook, 3 off of 2. But the yellow's out. We're 3 wide off of 2. Trying to see who it's for. Bob D. Good in the 7, who was the 2nd quickest in qualifying. Hanging out in the back. Oh, there was a spinner. That was Rory Collins. Bob D. Good and the brakes locked up. Now, I want to rewind here real quick before we go back to green. Something happened here. Oh, Moonen got the wall, did a wheelie, and got the wall again. Oh my heavens! We did not even see the good on the rear. Oh, what is this? I think this is Goldner just trying to get some cold mud on his tires, I think. We're gonna have 12 laps to go when we come back to green. Kyle Moonen, Stephen Goldner, Lane Snook, Zach and Blake Chapman is your top 5. Here we go. Yeah, I'll try to file when Kyle Moonen's going. There goes Lane Snook all the way to the bottom. The Chapmans work together. Try and work with Lane Snook. He wants 2nd. Can he get it? No. That battle though continues to develop. He's there within half a car. Like meanwhile, Zach is like trying to shut the door on Blake Chapman unless they're all trying to work together. Oh wait, hang on, we're back to yellow. 2-car accident. Chad Cote's one of them, the other Nicholas Shell. Just have to see where they were. This came out after they crossed the line, I would assume. Oh, contact. Oh, Shell up on his lid. Did he go up and over? I think he did. Up and over. I don't even take any damage. They'll go to the rear. As we've got 1 to go here at the line before we go back to green. So that should put us with 10 laps to go. And that it will. Credit where credit's due to a couple of drivers that have picked up 8 spots. Get them to you in just a moment once this all cycles through. John Short and GJ Boydell that were in the B main. Moonen, Goldner, Snook, Zach and Blake Chapman, the top 5 once again. Here we go, Icon. And Goldner exited higher on the restart, allows Moonen to pull away just a little bit. Golner may have scraped the wall once again. Not too sure. We're back to yellow again. And this time, Jeff Barker back on all fours. He was running inside the top 10. And let's see, is he the official cause for the yellow? I believe he is. Let's see what brought us out of the restart. Yellow contact with Verstraeten. Sends him around Fernberg. Oh man. Incredible stack up. Schraves. Barker's just barrel rolling. Let's watch again. That's scary. So the positions will not change, even if you made a pass on the restart. We do counter lap though, so now we'll have 9 laps to go in our Renegade feature. Moonen, Golner, and Snook continues to be the top 3. Here we go. Can anyone make a move on anyone? Snook all over the rear bumper of Stephen Golner. Top 3 nose to tail. There goes Golner underneath. Does he think about the slide job? Moonen's up at the wall for a moment. He's looking for the lead at the line. He's got it. Stephen Golner to the point temporarily. He puts a slider on Moonen. He's got the lead. First lead change of the night, but Moonen tries to fight back. Slide job, city of his own. They traded it back and forth. Golner continues to lead with 7 to go. Golner again clears Moonen. The 24 again trying to fight back. He goes inside. Same with Lane Snook. What a battle this is. It is a war. Moonen takes the lead back. Contact with Lane Snook. Trading pain in turn 1. 6 laps to go. Best racing we've seen all night long. Here comes Lane Snook. Second is his. Golner's in trouble. Here comes Zach Chapman. Trying to fight his way back. Lane Snook up to second. First time today in a while we've seen him up there. Stephen Golner still trying to fight his way back. He's in third. Sparks are starting to fly just a little bit. Blake and John Short trade 5th and 6th. 3 laps to go. Lane Snook, he is there with Kyle Moonen. He takes a peek to the inside for the lead. Slide job for Snook. He's got the lead. Not yet. 2 to go. Kyle Moonen, a slide job of his own. Snook crosses over again off of 2. Lane Snook back to the race lead. Moonen crosses over again. White flag is out. Final lap. Snook's got the advantage. Slide job for Moonen. And Snook to the lead once again. That could do it. Final time. There's contact. Off of 4. Moonen. No. 3 wide. 3 wide at the line. Scoring says Stephen Golner will have to wait what it is. I don't even know. We missed Stephen Golner, but you've got to be kidding me. What a freaking finish. Watch from the aerial perspective. Here at the, I thought this was Snook's. So Moonen with the slide job to the inside. Look at Stephen Golner. All the way to the bottom. They make contact, riding the wall. Unreal finish. Unreal finish. Look at that once again in slow motion. With Stephen Golner. Oh my goodness. Golner is the winner by 0.08 of a second. What a night of racing we had tonight in the Coast2Coast Racing League presented by Cool Ray and Monday Night Madness. Let's see if we've got the official photo right here at the line as they make contact. Golner with the 2-for-1 discount just said, thank you, boys, very much. He just shoplifted a win. I'm just going to say that he shoplifted a victory. That is one of the best finishes we have had this season by far. If you were disappointed by that, you do not like dirt track racing. My goodness. My goodness. And Lane Snook, we just tried to bring him on into the broadcast room. I think we got him now. I'm going to bring all three of you in here at once cuz I want to talk with all of you together. My goodness. Gentlemen, you put on a show that may have been Race of the Year and did not disappoint at all. Congrats to all three of you. Steven, I'm going to start with you. You literally just shoplifted a win away from second and third. What the heck just happened?
I just sent it in on the bottom and hope it would stick, and it did. And I got a good exit off the corner. I think Lane and Moon had a little contact there, and it was definitely going to be a Hail Mary shot, and it worked out.
That Hail Mary shot worked out definitely for sure. Kyle, Lane, you guys were having a fun battle in those final laps, trading slide jobs. Lane, you looked to be the one that had it in the bag. What was it from your perspective?
I was lifting early going into the corner to try and get a runoff exit, and Moonin didn't anticipate me to lift and got into my left rear a little bit and sent me into the wall, but it's alright. I'll take third. That was a heck of a race.
Kyle, in your return, you had a fun race as well. That was fun. That had to be fun for you.
Yeah, it was fun. Except I told him I'm pretty good at choking at the end, so there it was last couple laps, but no, it was good. I knew once Lane threw that first slider, it was going to be on after that, going back and forth, and I was hoping that last corner coming out of 1 and 2, I could stay up next to him, so it'd force him to, get a slider, and then I'd get the run off of 4, but then I screwed up, and he got in front of me and slowed down, and then I kind of hit him, and then we both shot down, and Goldner was a smart one running the bottom down there.
Yeah, absolutely. Steven, before I get back to you, Lane, I want to ask you as well. You had in your heat race, you beat John Hine by 1,000th of a second. Did you think you edged him out there in that heat? I want to ask you that. I know we don't talk a lot about heats, but Lane, I got to ask you, man, because that was crazy.
To be honest, I didn't even know he was beside me. I just started coming up the track, and then spotter said car high, and I cut it back down. But yeah, that was definitely crazy.
Gotcha. Steven, I got to ask you, second win of the season for you. You're 2 for 2. What can you say about just driving on sprint cars?
It's a lot of fun. I think this is actually my third win out of 4 races. So it's been a fun, season since I've been able to run. I can't run every week, but when I can, I'm definitely happy to be up front.
Absolutely. Next week, whoever wants to take this one, USA International Speedway, that's got to be a fun one for sure. What should we expect?
I think it's kind of a rough track right now. I think from what I hear from other people on the sim, so we'll see if we can get the cars to run through the bumps good.
All right, sounds good. Lane, who do you want to give shout-outs to tonight first?
I gotta thank Velocity Designs, Vanderbilt Racing, and these two. Brandon, Jesse, Goldner, Moonin, Lacey, Fitzy, JP, Dirt Doctor Trucking, Bio.com, Powerhouse Motorsports, Bio.com. Oh wait, I got messed up. Sorry. Blackman Brothers, you guys really broadcast, C2C Racing League, Universal Settlement Service, Jack on Howard Associates, Keystone Alliance, KKP, Keep Supporting Products, Fox's Pizza Den, Mexico Ridge V Farms, Note Dirt Designs, David Hatcher, and Fitzy's Perfect Photography.
All right, Kyle, who you want to give thanks to?
I'm gonna shorten it up a little bit and just thank everyone at Vanderbilt and Ross at Velocity Race Designs and Alex at ABR Setup Shop.
All right, Steven.
Oh boy. Yeah, all the guys at Vanderbilt for all the work they do for all three of us and everyone else on the team. Dirt Doctor Trucking, ABR Setup Shop, Ross over at Velocity, you and Roger and everyone who is involved with the league.
All right, sounds good. Gentlemen, congrats, and that was a fun night tonight.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks.
So we'll move all three of you guys back on in. There we go. What a night tonight at Lanier. I don't think it gets any better than that tonight overall. Wow. Just wow, wow, wow. That's the word of the day. Wow. Give me one moment here. So again, an incredible night of racing. Fun one, that is for sure. Let's give you your official results from tonight. Here is what they are officially. Steven Gollner out of nowhere pulled like a Randy Orton on us. Like, holy moly, that was absolutely insane. Everyone's gonna be talking about that for days. That is for sure. Kyle Moon in second, Lane Snook third, Zach and Blake Chapman fourth and fifth. John Short comes home sixth, Stephen Fernberg seventh, Trent Verstrate in eighth, ninth G.J. Boydell, and 10th goes to Randy Shreves. So that's going to do it for our coverage tonight of Coast to Coast Racing League Monday Night Madness. We already shouted out all of our sponsors. Next week, USA International Speedway, our broadcast time, 7 p.m., right here on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. On behalf of everyone at C2CRL and the Coast to Coast Racing Network, from Preston and our bass man there, Roger, Marty Sakala signing off. Our winners tonight, Sean Bowers, Jack Clevenger, and Stephen Gollner tonight at Lanier.